Welcome back to The Blend. Today, we've got another bonus episode for you. We're talking to Dr. Peter Leo about beef tallow as a moisturizer. Should we or shouldn't we jump on this TikTok trend?
I've had a number of patients and families who come in wanting to use beef tallow, and I can usually tell when they walk by my little station when they're being roomed because they smell like McDonald's French fries, right? You can actually smell that very, very distinctive odor of beef tallow. I think it is not a ridiculous thing to put on your skin. It feels very soothing. It is filled with fats. Basically, it's just pure fat, essentially. So those fats are very soothing. They can soften the skin. I would argue this kind of fits into an emollient, right? This would be that concept of just using an emollient on your skin, which arguably is not enough. That's not a complete moisturizer. So if you use beef tallow in addition to something else, I think that could be fine. But it's probably not enough on its own because we're missing humectants, things that actually will draw water and hold it into place. We're missing an occlusive because the occlusive aspect disappears very quickly. It kind of breaks down and absorbs into the skin. And of course, there's no support for the acid mantle. We really want something that's going to be pH optimized. So I would say this is a very incomplete piece. That being said, if people like it, they can. Now, there's one other piece that makes me just a teeny tiny bit nervous about using beef tallow on your skin, especially little kids. And it has to do with the theoretical risk. And this is maybe just in my head. And maybe someone far smarter than me would say, no, it's no possibility. But I do worry about prions. And we know that these prions, these dangerous proteins that we talk about, mad cow disease, they can be present in lipids. And one of the fears for me is just that we're putting cow fat and cow parts on our skin over and over. Now, you could say, well, isn't it just as dangerous to eat it? Yeah, probably more dangerous to eat it. But I just still wonder if the handling chain, especially because we don't always know where people get it from, if it's the same level as it is for food. If we're eating cow muscle, the food, that's a little bit different. The fats may come from different areas, including there may be central nervous system tissue in there. And I just don't know. And that's part of my just sort of general unease about putting animal products all over our body, especially in little kids.
So the takeaways here are it's not a complete moisturizer, so it's probably not the best fit all the time for every single person. There is this theoretical risk of prions, which is associated with the mad cow disease. There's a big unknown around that, so we don't know. And if you don't mind smelling like French fries, then it is a risk worth taking. Thank you so much for that, Dr. Leo. We love it.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to this bonus episode of The Blend.